Hey guys, it's Kevin. We're going to be talking about budgeting 101 today. I will not be teaching in front of a full class, but I will be walking through and kind of going through my lesson here with you guys. So bear with me. I have my cat in the room as well, just in case he jumps up and interrupts the lesson. And I will be kind of going through, it's probably a 45-minute lesson as I take my time to go through this lesson. We will be talking to high school kids today as well. So as we start the lesson, start class, the first thing I'm gonna have them do is do a quick little like pair and share. Whether it's a group of 2, 3 kids, sit next to each other, talk about your last major purchase, get them thinking about what they spent their money on recently. Give them a couple minutes to discuss that. The next thing we would do is then have them post. This is an online site, menti.com. It's just basically like a little comment feedback, and it's kind of, I think it's like Padlet, I'm thinking off the top of my head, where they will write up little comments and then it'll show up on the screen. And you have a code there that they would need to fill it in to answer that last question, which was talking about your last major purchase. What is a budget? It's a good question. A lot of people don't know, and I'm going on 33, and I have days where I struggle, times where I struggle to do a budget. And Merriam-Webster defines a budget as a plan for the coordination of resources and expenditures. Basically, it's the amount of money that is available for, required for, or assigned to a particular purpose. And then, did you know that the average American spends about $1,100 on coffee each year? Which is pretty crazy. I think if I sit back and talk about how much money I spend on coffee, I'm thinking about $100 a year, because we do. My wife and I do the drip coffee from Costco. It's the Costco, like the Kirkland brand. It's about $9 for 3 pounds, and we go through about 3 pounds every month and a half, I would say. And actually, the sweatshirt I'm wearing and the pants I'm wearing are Costco, and I think I paid less than $25 per item. Another thing is that the average American household has a total debt of $117,000, $117,951, which to me is it's kind of surreal. And then another thing is that 46% of Americans can't afford a $400 emergency. Think about that. That's tires on your car, your air conditioner goes out during the middle of the season when it's, middle of summer when it's 100 degrees and you're inside and you are super uncomfortable. And basically they have to finance the debt. They have to borrow money from someone, sell something, borrow money from friends, family. Income. Who can tell me what income is? And this is where, this is a couple minute little discussion about the variety of income. Defined as a gain or recurrent benefit, usually measured in money, that derives from capital or labor. How many of you guys have a part-time job? technically this is my income, is teaching you guys about budgeting 101 today in economics here in high school. And I also work part-time to bring in some extra revenue, income for some labor. Expenses. Does anyone have an example of an expense? Yes. So like I was just saying, coffee's an expense, clothing, gas in your car, like a cell phone. It costs money for the heat in the building. It costs money for basically everything. Costs a little bit of money. It costs, as you see, expenses defined as the cost or money required for something. Purpose of budgeting: track income. This is geared for high school seniors, or junior seniors, and basic. It can be basic. We can basic adult knowledge as well. Purpose of budgeting is to track income, whether it's a part-time job, full-time job, couple part-time jobs. Allows you to put in allowance, birthday. Another thing is that it allows you to track your rent or mortgage, gas, groceries, like your cell phone bill, going out to eat, car insurance, shopping. Pros of budgeting. What do you think could be a pro or a positive of it? Basically, it's you're seeing where your money is going, is the best way for me to explain it. Shows what's coming in, what's going out, and how much is left at the end of the month. Something that budgeting prevents is going into debt, which is, the same thing as overspending. Or it shows that your 40 hours a week job isn't making enough money for you. So you're going to have to maybe get a part-time job for the weekends. And that's what I have done. I have, besides my 40 hours a week at my main job, I own a small lawn mowing business, and I'm working with that to make a little extra cash. It allows you to, also look at where you're spending too much money. Some more cons of budgeting is time. It takes time to do. It's, the inaccuracy. You don't always know. And another thing that I really had a hard time with is seeing where my money was spent. Who uses a budget? Like I said, individuals like myself, your parents, like your families own or have a budget. I think, the school that we are in has a budget. The school district has a budget. The state, countries, businesses, your favorite sports team, it has a budget. Some apps that I like to use. I really like mint.com. It allows you to, I don't think I can pull it up, but you can, mint.com allows you to track where your money goes or where you're spending your money every week. Microsoft has some good stuff with, through Excel, Microsoft Excel. They have some basic templates. Smartsheet, everydollar.com, they're the same way. They're basic spreadsheets. They can be super basic, or they can be very complex and multiple pages, and you have all the different pages in your spreadsheet tied together. Another way is to track expenses, keep receipts, track transactions on credit card, debit cards. And the biggest thing is keeping time to enter expenses and run through your income. Applying to real life, here's an activity where groups of 3 to 4 kids, the point of this is to determine the budget for each given scenario. Will the student be able to go into debt, or will they be left over? Can they plan for emergencies? What's gonna happen here? So this is a classroom activity that I would have where I would print out the spreadsheet, and I would allow them to fill out the sheet. I'm just gonna zoom in a little here. So budget for 2017, we're assuming the person is going to save for college. This is obviously 2017. I should have updated that. And you can see that there's the job where they make $175 in the month, allowance, birthday money, none. You can see the total income, and then you can see all the different expenses that they had in the month of just January. Same goes all the way across the month, all the way across the calendar. And then if you notice at the bottom, it's the savings. That is how much money was left over at the end of the month. So January, February, he's in the green. In March, looks like they were in the hole, $234. Looks like they had to pay car insurance. So it just kind of gives you an idea. I think a pretty good idea of, just a basic, simple budget for a high school kid. And then at the end of the activity, would have a little activity review. When I think it allows the kids to check in and just see, allows them to reflect. This is a great big group discussion, bring them all back, and we have a nice long discussion about what we can change and why they think budgeting can help. Questions, and that's the end.